But you know,
You're
some
not
men
some
like
people?
to suck dildos or other men's cocks. Okay, it's weird. 10 rounds in each of these things. I don't know. I don't really have like a shooting, like an exact shooting schedule. Do it.
Ready whenever you are.
Okay. All right, guys, so we're going to be talking about the CZ EVO Scorpion. This is one that I've been working on for a little bit now, kind of keeping it under wraps. But this is actually the first kind of like video of really using it and running around with it, shooting. And honestly, didn't do tons of running around with it, but I'm super impressed with it. I really will say. A lot of people give the CZ EVO Scorpion like a ton of hate because they say like, you know, magazines don't drop freely. And I will say Magpul mags do not drop freely, but all of CZ's like actual factory magazines, they do drop freely out of this guy. And I will say the more updated, like the newer CZ EVO Scorpions, like this is a Scorpion 3 Plus Micro. I feel like they fixed a lot of the issues because initially they had more of an AK style magazine release, whereas this has more of an AR-15 style ambidextrous magazine release. And I feel like that solved a lot of the magazine drop issues, in my opinion. And overall, from my opinion, the recoil impulse is another thing that a lot of people ding the CZ EVO Scorpions. They say it has a harsh recoil impulse. And while I don't have extensive research shooting every single PCC or pistol calibered pistol, braced pistol in this case, really I do not feel like this gun has that much recoil, honestly. Maybe it's just me really fanboying out for the EVO Scorpion because ever since these guys dropped, I knew that I wanted one. I was just initially concerned with, like I said, a lot of the initial EVO Scorpions had issues. So I did wait a little while to get one. And I also wanted one that was a small kind of platform. So the micro works really well for me. Not really interested in like the full size like rifle variant of this. So this is kind of what I wanted, that kind of like braced PDW style firearm. But as far as it goes, the micro, I really think the 3 Plus Micro is where it's at. If you are looking at a Scorpion, in my opinion, this is definitely where it is. And I think that these things are super cool because even like other gun tubers have talked about, you can get receivers for these now that have essentially roller delayed features to the receiver. So if you do want more of an MP5 style shooting or SP5 style shooting, and you still want to come in at like half the price of an SP5, you can go over and get a roller delayed receiver, which will replace this receiver that you see here with that, and it gives you that roller delayed goodness. And essentially what that'll do is just tame down the recoil. Now for me, like I said, when other gun tubers talked about it, it's like, in my opinion, this really does not have that much recoil. I don't know, especially if you come from platforms of shooting like braced ARs that are like 300 blackout, 5.56, certainly 308. Coming from those to this platform, this is definitely not a 22. This feels like genuinely the next step up from a 22. And so it's super controllable, super easy to just get on and stay on target. I have no issues with it. And as you guys can see, hopefully through the videos, it is super, super shootable. So anyways, I don't want to waste y'all's time too much with it. This isn't necessarily like a technical dive, but all the things that I did with it personally was, of course, I threw a flashlight up on here, threw a red dot, a budget red dot that I'm testing. And then I threw some M buses on here, some Magpul M buses. And I threw the M buses on here because, to be honest, I really don't like CZ EVOs, like their factory sights, because one, they don't flip down. They're not really super user friendly, and they don't co-witness with most red dots. So I popped those off, put some M buses on because I like these are much lower, especially in the front here. It's a much lower profile, so you don't really have to worry about, you know, like snags or anything if you are trying to, you know, run and be a cool guy with it. So you don't have to worry about the snags. If you still need it, you still need it. One thing I did do is I did shave down the flange on this side just because this is where your charging handle is. So I found that the flange up here that pops up your front sight just kind of gets in the way of you being able to do stuff like this. So FYI, for what it's worth, yeah, I shaved that down. But aside from that, pretty much it's pretty fairly stock. I also kind of threw on an MS3 Magpul sling. So it has this little hooky dealy here, so you guys can see that. But anyways, that's about it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the shooting. As always, God bless, and I'm out.